Welcome, everyone. My name is Mark Hummel. This is Mark Hummel's Harmonica Party, and I'm sitting here with my old friend, Franck Goldwasser. Is that your official name?
That's not, I don't.
No more Paris Slim?
No more. I haven't
Okay.
gone by that name in
Okay, so
30 years.
I'm sitting here with Franck Goldwasser.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Indeed.
Indeed.
I'm
And
very happy to. Damn.
I've known Franck since he was 19 years old.
Oh, maybe not. I think 21 was my first trip.
Was it?
That's when we
Okay.
first met.
Tom Mazzolini's, I think.
Tom Mazzolini's radio show
Exactly.
in 1981. So I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you had just gotten out of art school at that point?
Yeah. Dropped out of art school. Flew over to the Bay Area with my guitar.
Flew right to Oakland and started your voyage of dreams.
Yeah.
Right?
And it was.
It was.
was.
You got to live the life.
I lived the life. You know,
you lived the life of the Oakland bluesman.
Absolutely. I don't have any regrets. I'm just
right. Now you had met Tom and the gang.
I met Tom
when you lived here.
Yes, absolutely.
In Paris.
San Francisco Blues Festival 1980 is when I first met those guys. You know, Ron, Mississippi Johnny Waters,
right,
Tucker,
right.
Who was
Harold Banks.
Harold Banks, Thompson. Did I say Ron Thompson?
Ron Thompson, yeah.
Of course, Sonny.
Little Willie Littlefield.
Little Willie Littlefield. Sonny Terry's nephew.
Oh yeah, J.C. Burris.
J.C. Burris.
Yeah.
Yes.
The whole gang.
That's right. Yeah.
And Sonny Rhodes says, "If you ever want a place to stay, just look me up, Frank. I'll put you up.
That's right.
I got a chicken coop in the back you can stay in. Don't worry, it's clean. I cleaned all the poop up myself." So yeah, tell me your story, man, because you got a great story. You were one of those brave souls that just said, "I'm going for it."
Oh, complete leap of faith.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in art school. You know, I started blues bug bit me when I was 16, and from that point on, that's all there was.
And you were like painting pictures of blues.
Well, yeah,
people.
when I was in art school, I was kind of faking it, and at that point, by the time I was in art school, I knew what I wanted to do at that point. I wanted to play guitar, play the blues.
Right.
So I was faking it, just painting blues, man. You know.
How old were you when you started playing guitar?
16.
Okay, so that was the same year.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So it was a no-brainer, you know, from the time, as soon as I got serious about it, and then as soon as I thought, well, I think I'm pretty good at this, around 17 years old, 18 years old. I thought, yeah, but the only way I'm ever going to find out is there's only one way.
Yeah.
Going to the States,
throw yourself to the lions,
playing in the real clubs with the real people in front of the real audiences. That's the only way I'm going to find out if I'm any good at this,
Yeah. So
that was that.
So what was it about blues that turned your head?
It's hard to say,
Was it just like an emotion, a thing in you that
I remember
felt?
I remember that it was the first time that first thing that I ever had, that I ever, found that I could identify with completely.
Right.
But I was kind of a weirdo in school, I was, I didn't have any friends. I was afraid of girls, I was terrible at sports.
Right.
Yeah. I
joined the club.
I could draw. That's one thing that I could do. But when the blues hit me, and when I found out about the blues, I just could, I identified with it. The artist, it was something that I could just. It resonated with me for some reason. It's hard to explain why. The outcasts.
Right. Stranger in a strange land.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it just sounded like, it was what I wanted to hear.
And the funny thing is, you went and saw these guys here.
Yeah.
And you got to meet them right away.
Well, okay, the first blues concert I ever saw Oh, it was so good. My dad took me because I didn't, like I said, I didn't have anybody to go
Right,
with.
right.
And my dad was very supportive. So the first show that he took me to was so good. It was Mighty Joe Young and his band. It was in 70, that would have been in 70, I guess 75, 76. Mighty Joe Young, Willie Maybon,
Right.
Louisiana Red.
Wow.
It was my first blues gig. Then we went and saw Muddy Waters, Muddy in 76.
Oh, okay.
And then, you know, I remember Luther Allison's first, when Luther came to France first time in 77.
Right.
I mean, you know, I was really intimidated. I mean, to me, those guys were like, you know,
They're gods.
gods,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
So it's not like I went and buddied up with
Right,
them, you know.
right.
But eventually, after a while, well, no, the thing, what made it so I started talking to those guys was because I started writing for this magazine called Soul Band.
Oh, right.
So as a contributor, as a journalist, you know, that was my introduction. So I was able to say, hey, look, you know,
Here's my credentials.
here's my credentials, you know, doing an interview, and you know, so yeah.
So who did you interview?
Well, Philip Walker, Albert Collins,
Okay.
George Smith,
Wow.
Roy Gaines.
Wow. Okay.
Who else? You know, I mean,
Quite a few.
Oddly enough, I never did interview Luther.
Huh.
But, yeah, you know.
I remember I met Luther with you on
In the street, on the street, that's right. And he said, you guys look like you're a long ways from home. That's right. I remember
That was
that.
awesome. Yeah. And he came down to our gig, you remember?
And he came to our gig, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some little basement club, yeah.
Completely forgot
Yeah,
about
he was a
that.
super nice guy.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah.
So when you interviewed these guys, did you already know a lot about their history?
Yeah. I mean, in some cases, in most cases, I did.
Yeah.
In most cases, I did.
So you know how to ask the right questions.
Well, I knew what I wanted to know.
Right,
I knew what I wanted to hear about. Of course, Sonny. Of course, Sonny.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew what I wanted to know. Yeah, in most cases, I mean, I definitely knew who they were. And,
Yeah.
you know, knew about their work and stuff. You know.
But Sonny was really the first one. Sonny Rhodes was really the first one to say, you know, come to our country.
Well, okay, so Sonny, you know, I mean, I knew that I wanted to go to the United States, you know, from very early on. But Sonny is the guy that Sonny stayed behind in Paris after, you know, the end of the tour in 1980. He stayed behind. Everybody else went home. Sonny stayed behind. And so I spent a lot of time around him, you know, and yeah, I mean, I idolized the guy, as you probably very well remember, because when I came to California, I played exactly like Sonny Rhodes.
Well, you played like all those guys.
Well, yeah. So but I remember the very afternoon we were sitting at a cafe in Paris, and I just popped out the question. I said, Sonny, if I came to California, if I came to America, do you think I could play? And he said, yeah. You know, I mean, you can imagine what Sonny would have said. We'll make it. I'll take care of it. You know, we'll make it.
Don't worry, Frank. I'll look after you.
Except that when I did show up, he was nowhere to be found. Nobody knew where the hell he was.
Oh, Sonny's gone back to Fresno.
Something like that.
Right. Yikes. So what did you do? I mean,
I looked up Troy's Key. I knew about, I'd read about Eli Mile High Club.
Right.
I figured out where it was. I got on the bus.
Wow.
I was staying with my cousin in East Oakland, who was an attorney.
Right.
And that's another story. But I had relatives here. I mean, in
the Bay. Yeah.
I had relatives in the Bay, which also helped a lot.
Yeah.
You know. So I had my cousin, third cousin, living in East Oakland. So I got on the bus and I went down to Eli's.
Right. What was that like?
I mean, it was like, you know,
culture shock.
Well, yes and no. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd done so much reading and studying, and
Yeah.
I mean, long before I ever got to set foot in a real blues club. I mean, mentally, I was already there. I've been fantasizing about that shit for
Right.
so long.
Right.
It wasn't actually a culture shock.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
finally, I'm home.
Right. Here I am. Yeah.
So I showed up at Eli's. Troyes was there. He was hanging he was painting the sign, outside,
Right.
for whoever was playing that night. And but I introduced myself as a journalist. That was my way in.
Right.
So during my first trip to California, which is when I first met you, that was my introduction. That was my way in.
Right.
And I interviewed Buddy Hayes. Mississippi Johnny Waters, Sonny
Frankie Lee.
all Frankie
Yeah,
Lee.
yeah.
All those guys. That was my way in. And at some point, I would say, well, actually, by the way, I play guitar too.
Right.
So, come on and sit in.
Right.
That's how it happened.
So you ended up. How long was it before Troy said you can live upstairs?
Well, I stayed. So I had a cousin. He was more like an uncle. He was a lot older than me, so he was more like an uncle. American guy. I mean, that's it's a different story. But so I lived with him the first 6 months. And then one day he said, I think you've got a problem. And I'd already been playing in Troy's band for some time.
Right.
He said, I think you got a problem. I'm getting married, and, my wife and I, we're moving out. We're going to get the place together. So, so
You had to do something.
I had to do something.
Yeah.
I didn't have any money. So I talked to Troy and said, "Wow." He said, "Troy, boy, you could stay up here. You could stay at the club," which I did.
Just stay in. I can't do Troy's.
I can't do Troy's either. I can't do Troy's.
Yeah.
But he said, "Well, you can stay at the club if you want."
If you ain't gonna play for $25, you ain't no blues man.
That's right.
That's one of my favorites. Yeah,
That's right.
You can't play for $15. You ain't no blues man. Yeah, Trace.
That's right. So
Same thing he used to say when he was working for Eli. That's the best part. He goes, "We're playing for Eli, and he only paying us $15 a man." When he got a club, it was like...
So he was working for Eli before?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The Over the Hill gang.
The Over the Hill gang,
That was
right.
Troyce and JJ and Charlie Banks.
Charlie Banks, yeah. Wow, okay, yeah.
Yeah, who was the sax player? Charles?
C.A.
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 Carr.
Carr, yeah,
right,
C.A. Carr. Wow.
So, so it was like, he said the same thing. And once he bought the club, he just changed it around a little bit.
Yeah. So I lived at Eli's for 3 months, I think. That was interesting, to say the least.
You told me. You said you got to see Trace in full action.
I remember
Him and his women. Yeah.
Oh, did I ever tell you about that
Oh, yeah,
story?
yeah,
When Margaret came in?
Yeah.
Troyce had been upstairs with
Right.
some broad,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Margaret came in with a fucking gun.
Unbelievable.
No,
And you were there.
This is, well, of course, this
Yeah,
is how
right.
the way it went. It's like, I'm living there,
Yeah.
right? And Troyce is up there until I don't know, 4 in the morning,
Right,
5, 6, I
right.
don't remember. So, and I'm waiting downstairs because I can't go to bed, right? And at some point, I hear the chains rattling at the front door, and Margaret comes in with a fucking gun looking for Troyce. And Troyce is coming down the stairs from, and he's kind of like fixing his pants
Oh,
and shit. And he's with this fucking, woman.
Yeah.
And there's Margaret with a Saturday night special.
Ready to blow him away.
And Troyce goes,
Well, that was Frank's
yeah,
woman.
yeah. He goes like, yeah, man, she's with Paris,
She's with Paris Slim. I wasn't one of my women.
Margaret goes, I mean, that was so great.
Yeah.
So Margaret goes like, Frank, is that true? And I'm looking at Troyce. I'm going like,
He's going.
And I'm going like, well, I'm sorry, but no.
Oh
And
no!
Troy's goes like, I thought you was my friend.
That's
Oh my
that's
God.
perfect, man.
I'll never forget
What
that.
kind of friend are you?
Yeah, I thought you was my friend.
So did she shoot him then, or 5 minutes later?
I don't know. No, she didn't shoot him.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
God. But you got to play with everybody there. You got to play with Lowell,
Lowell, Percy,
Percy Mayfield, Jimmy McCracklin,
Pee Wee Creighton.
Pee Wee Creighton, right?
Yeah, I even got to play with Big Mama
Did you really? You backed Big Mama?
in '81.
Oh man, what was that like?
I mean, it was, it looks great on my resume,
But
obviously, but it
did
was
she
fucking
try
ridiculous.
to kick your ass or what?
She would, it was like she was in a different world. You know? She'd stop the, I mean,
Stop the band, yeah.
Stop the band in the middle, like, God damn, you motherfuckers can't play my shit.
Right. Drummer, get off them drums. Let Big Mama play.
Exactly.
Harmonica player, you fired.
That's
Right?
it. That's it.
Yeah.
It was actually Eddie Ray's band backing
Oh,
her
was
up.
it really?
And
Wow.
for some reason, I happened to be sitting in,
Uh-huh.
but it was Eddie Ray's band
Wow.
backing her up. Yeah.
Yep.
And for the longest time, there was a picture of Big Mama, and you could see me in the background. That
Right.
I wish to God that I had that picture today.
Yeah.
But so yeah, and of course I got to play with all the local guys,
Right.
which,
Sonny and J.J. Malone and
yeah,
Johnny. Yeah.
yeah.
Johnny Waters. So I remember one time when you started your own band, you put out a 45.
And you are the one. I have to give you credit for that. Do you remember how that went down?
I just remember you gave me a copy of it and I played it for Lowell. That's what I remember.
I remember that,
Yeah.
but you know that you are the one who was the reason why what happened is that I'd been in Troy's band,
Right,
and then Troy decided to break up the band because he wanted to take a break.
right.
And you're the one who told me, tell Troy that, you'll put your own band together and let him give you the gig.
Ah, so that's what
That was
happened.
your idea.
Okay, yeah.
That was your idea,
Yeah.
and I went to
Well, I'd
Troy's,
already done that.
and he went
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
You
So
went for it,
you
but-
ended up as the house band at Eli's.
And I ended up as being the house band at Eli's.
Right.
That was your idea.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I had a lot of those ideas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I believe that. That makes
I don't think
sense.
I would have done. I mean, I was like,
Didn't know what to do. Yeah.
you know.
And you started the band. Was that the band with Linda Geiger?
That was Linda Geiger, my
And,
friend Rich Trevor on bass.
Rich Trevor, and then Nancy
Kevin-
Wright.
Nancy wasn't in
She
that
wasn't in that
band.
band?
Well, I mean,
Okay.
it was a quartet. It was Linda Geiger,
Right.
my friend Rich Trevor on bass, and Kevin
And
Zuffy
Kevin
on
Zuffy.
piano.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
keep that band. I couldn't keep that. We only played Fridays and Saturdays at Eli's, but it went on for
But
quite
you
a
made a
while.
45 off of that.
And we made a 45. Nancy was on the 45.
Nancy was on the 45.
And
right.
another guy by the name of Mike Amato was playing also
Okay.
the other horns, the other
right.
sax. Yeah.
That was a good record.
And it was
Came out on
from what
Paris
it
Slim
was.
Records, I recall.
No, it was on Daywell Housen's label, Backtrack.
Oh, but I thought it was, for some reason, I thought it was on Paris Slim
Well,
Records.
it said Paris Slim, but it was
Oh,
actually
okay.
back.
Okay,
It was
it was
Daywell.
Backtrack
It was
Records, right.
Daywell Housen's label.
Right.
And I remember when you played it for Lowell.
Yeah, and Lowell goes,
I'll be goddamn.
he goes, he got that pretty good.
What he told me when I played it for him.
I like the way you say that. You go,
When I played the record for him
Right,
upstairs
right.
at Eli's.
Yeah.
And he just went and he said, I'll be damned.
Yeah. No, he dug it, I remember.
He said the only thing you got wrong is the horns.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good cat.
I love him. I love
Yeah.
all those guys. I missed them. I missed them.
Yep.
I missed that those
It's
days.
so weird all those guys are gone, man.
You
We're the last ones, Frank. Me and
The
you.
Blue Survivors.
That's right, the Blues Survivors. So, you were in the Bay Area you've kind of gone off and on from the Bay, and then you'd come back to France for a while, didn't you?
Well, I would take trips back to France, but
Right.
I was, you know,
Right.
the longest I stayed in France. At some point, in the mid '80s, I came back to France and I stayed here for 6 months. But I went back.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
That felt like home after a while.
it felt like home, and I mean, it's just where I wanted to be. That's where I
Right.
was, you know, that's where I could do my thing, you know.
Yeah.
So doing my thing.
So when you came back, from here, how did it feel like coming back here, living in French culture again, and then you'd go back to the United States?
You mean, wait, back in the '80s when I came?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember exactly. I came back, you know, I had a really difficult relationship with my parents. They were really down on me for leaving them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They were never in favor of me, you know, going to America to play guitar. I mean,
Right.
to them, that was like completely ridiculous.
Right.
So I came back, and, you know, on one hand, I wanted to try to please them as much as I could, but I mean, it was, you know, it wasn't working, you know, it didn't
Right.
make any difference, you know.
Right.
So but you know, actually what happened, you know, what I think really happened, okay. In the mid '80s, around 1985, remember when Lee Hildebrand wrote that piece on me
Mm-hmm.
in the East Bay Express?
Yeah.
And then there was another one in the Chronicle.
Right.
You know, and there was kind of a buzz going, and I thought,
Yeah.
like, it looked almost as if I might be able to make something out of myself, right?
Right.
And I got scared.
Oh, did you?
It scared the shit
Yeah.
out of me.
Wow.
That's when I went back to France.
Interesting.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
No, I understand
that's
it.
one way
I
of looking
understand
at
it. I think a lot of people don't really grasp the whole thing of that.
Yeah.
You know, you strive for success, but once you get it, it's a whole new world
Exactly.
you have to deal with.
Exactly.
And it's not necessarily always something you really want.
Exactly. So I got kind of scared, you know. I was
Right.
like, wow, you know. So I took off.
Yeah.
And of course, when I came back, all the momentum was gone.
You had to start all over.
But that's okay, you know. So,
Yeah.
So I mean, to answer your question, you're coming back to France. Well, you know, the truth is, you know, even before I moved to the States, you know, I never really felt like I was in my place.
Mm-hmm.
Even in my own, you know, hometown, I was
Right.
always like kind
You're
of
a
struggling.
stranger in a strange
I was
land and
always
a
struggling.
stranger in your own hometown.
Not feeling like
Yeah.
I really belong, you know.
Right.
I'm like, you know, I mean, it's just, you know,
Right.
part of my neurosis, you know.
Yeah.
And now I miss California like
Sure.
a fucking.
Well, you ended up, later on, obviously, you got married. You had a daughter. You have a
Right.
daughter now.
Yes.
And she's how old?
She's turning 22 tomorrow.
Wow. Amazing.
She's turning 22 tomorrow.
Amazing. Well, happy birthday.
So, and we're selling our house in California.
Are
is
you
it.
really?
This is it. We're selling our house.
Wow.
It's on the market right now.
So are they moving here?
Yes, and
Really?
we're gonna move to Brittany.
Oh, right. You had told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is.
And I'm actually, and this is the crazy part.
Yeah.
I'm actually toying with the idea of opening a club, believe it or not.
Wow. You
I
can,
know that's kind
it
of
can
wild.
be called Troy's Key
You know,
takes over Franck Goldwasser's brain.
I mean, this is a long shot, obviously, but it's
Yeah.
you know, it's
Yeah.
like you know,
Right. Well, that's exciting, man.
something that you know,
Yeah. So
something
does your
that-
daughter speak French?
my daughter
Yeah.
was brought up bilingual. My wife
Right.
does not speak French.
Wow.
But the cool thing about Brittany is that there's a lot of expats.
Right.
A lot of
A lot of Americans or
Australians,
UK? Yeah.
Australians, Brits, Canadians.
Okay.
A lot of expats. A lot of Americans. A lot of Americans were fleeing the, you know,
Right. I know.
You know
Chef
what I mean?
Denny's coming over here.
Chef Denny.
Yeah, he's
exactly.
moving there. Yeah. Next
Exactly.
couple of years. Yeah.
Exactly. And the other cool thing about Brittany, well, you know, it's stunningly beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But the other cool thing is about Brittany is that there's a lot. It's the last place. I mean, it's the place in France where there's the most live music, because it's
Interesting.
got a, culturally it's different. It's almost closer to they're Celts over there. They're Celts. They don't even consider
okay.
themselves French.
Interesting.
They're Britons. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
You even see tags on the walls in Brittany. It says "French go home." Yeah, absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
wild.
I've seen it.
Yeah, that's
They don't
wild.
even consider themselves French when they. So what's interesting about it is there's a lot of places to play. There's a lot of live music,
That's awesome.
which is definitely not the case with the
Yeah.
rest of the country.
Yeah.
Brittany is special that way.
Wow.
A lot of pubs. It's got that pub culture.
That's great.
Every place that you go to, there's like a guy or two playing music or a band.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing that obviously that would appeals to me.
Right. Right.
So,
Well, one thing I wanted to ask you about is when you came back, when did you meet like Nick Gravenites? Because I know you played with the Electric Flag and he got you in there.
yeah. So I met Nick, I believe. Well, when we were doing the Blue Monday party, he came in as a guest
All
one
right.
time.
That's right.
Came in as a guest
Right.
one time.
Right. At Larry Blake's.
And or maybe it was at Eli's. I don't remember, but I got
No. It would have been
Blake.
Larry.
It would have been Larry Blake's, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because he used to come in and
Exactly.
play with us. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Right.
that's how I met him,
Okay.
and we developed the kind of
And you kind of fell in with that crowd at Larry Blake's. I mean, people like Tim Kahatsu.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Carl Severide, who I'm playing again with now.
Oh, you are.
Yeah. I'm hiring him on jobs. Yeah.
Well, be sure to give him my
I
regards.
will.
I haven't seen him
Absolutely.
in decades.
Yeah. He looks great. Looks just the same.
the same, exactly
Yeah.
the same, yeah.
Just sits down.
But anyway, to answer your question, so Nick started hiring me for his gigs. He had
Right.
he lived up in
In
Occidental.
Sebast- yeah,
Occidental.
that's right, yeah.
And he had a gig at an Italian restaurant called Negri's.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him there. Yeah.
So he started hiring me to come up there
Right.
and play with his trio
Right.
every Friday. So I did that for a while. And then when the flag reunion, thing came up,
Mm-hmm.
he asked me. I was like, "Fuck,"
Yeah.
what a trip.
And
what a-
who
what
was
a-
in that? Was that with Buddy or?
No, Buddy Miles
Buddy
was
Miles
not
was
doing
not
it.
in it.
No, because
Okay.
the whole reason why this thing happened, it was because
So it was Barry Goldberg, Nick.
there was a gig in Lancaster for the 20th anniversary of Woodstock.
Oh, okay.
So Buddy was doing his thing as, for the Hendrix tribute thing.
Right.
So Roy Blumenfeld was on drums.
Okay.
From the Blues Project.
Right.
Harvey Brooks.
Right. Wow.
Original bass player.
Wow.
Barry Goldberg played one gig. On another gig, it was Merle Saunders.
Oh, really? Okay.
Nick, obviously.
And then Nick, yeah.
And two horn players, and I don't remember their names, and I don't think they were the original guys.
Right.
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 So it was, it was quite an experience. And in fact, the recollection that I had of those gigs wasn't very good, because I was really, it was like, I
Nervous,
was shitting
yeah,
myself,
yeah.
like
Right.
Barry Goldberg in particular was pretty hard on me. I mean,
Was he?
Nick was totally cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah.
But Barry was really, he wanted the parts. He wanted the Mike
Yeah.
Bloomfield parts, just note for note.
Right.
One time at the first rehearsal we did, Nick took me aside. He said, "Don't worry about it. You're
Yeah.
here because you belong here.
Right.
Don't be shy. This was Michael's band. You're
Yeah.
sitting in his shoes.
That's
Just,
awesome.
that
Yeah.
was really cool." So yeah, it
That's
was an
great.
incredible experience.
Yeah.
It was an incredible. But speaking of that, what was I saying? Yeah, I didn't have a good recollection. I didn't think it was any good. I didn't think I did a good job.
Right.
And my friend sitting right there one day sent me a video that he found on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which is about that show. It's
Right.
It's the 20th anniversary of Woodstock at Lancaster. In August. It was in '89.
Yeah.
And there's a 30-second segment
Of you guys
the flag.
playing? Yeah.
And it was I'm going, like, fuck, that wasn't bad. That sounded actually pretty tough.
That's awesome.
It sounds
That's
like the Electric Flag.
Wow, that's
It
amazing.
sounds like the Electric Flag.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I interviewed Barry too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one cat that I've never met him, and I would love to meet
Yeah.
him, but I
got a
understand-
good interview with him.
But he's got health problems.
No, he
doesn't
died, man.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
He
Barry
died.
died.
Yeah, Barry died. Yep.
Oh,
He
shit.
died about 2 years ago.
I didn't even know.
Yep. He died, I think, he might have died even before Nick. I can't remember.
I didn't know.
I'll have to look.
Oh,
yeah. He had not been in good health.
No, I know
Yeah,
that.
he hadn't. He was. By the time I interviewed him, he looked really old. He really aged. Like, I want to say I probably met him maybe 10 years ago, and in the 5 years or something since I'd last seen him, it was like a huge difference.
That's awful. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to hear that.
But we had a good time. We had a good interview. It's part
Because
of the
when I did the
podcast.
flat gigs, I was just so intimidated. I mean,
So did you do those for a while?
it was only two
Just
shows.
two
It was only
shows,
two
okay.
gigs, one in Lancaster
Right.
and one in San Francisco.
And you know Nick died.
Of course, I
Yeah,
know Nick
yeah,
died. Yeah, I
right.
do know Nick died.
Yeah.
We did the gig in San Francisco at, what was that place called? The Full Moon Saloon.
Full Moon Saloon. Yes,
Okay,
I used to book gigs there.
I know, I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So,
I booked you on a bunch of those gigs.
No,
I
I
booked
mean,
you
we
at the
know-
Cheat Cheat
At
Club.
the Cheat Sheet Club, and we
and
did a
the
lot
Full
of
Moon
stuff.
Saloon, and yeah.
We did a lot of stuff. We did a lot
Larry
of stuff.
Blake's. There's even a video of me and you
Absolutely.
playing
I think,
at Larry
I
Blake's.
think I posted that.
Did
With
you?
Cool Papa.
Right, with Cool Papa, and then me and you doing some stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Indeed.
Yeah, so there was a good scene in the '80s.
Oh,
The scene in the '80s for blues was really good in through the
there
'90s.
was so much talent.
It was
in the
really
Bay
a good
Area.
scene
And it was
going.
the end of an era, really.
It really was the end of an era. Yeah,
But it was so many
Yeah.
good people.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, you kind of caught it at a good time.
Yeah, it was the tail
Because
end
it
of
was
yeah.
it was once it went.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got really lucky. I
Yeah.
mean, I feel extremely lucky that
Yeah.
I got to be part of that. I mean,
Yeah.
so many incredible players, singers. I mean,
Right. Yeah.
just about any night of the week.
Yeah.
You could go out and
Yep.
see,
Guitar players.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember the first time you took me to see Cool Papa at the
Right,
Deluxe.
right,
Oh my
right.
God, that was such a.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
He was a beautiful guy.
Oh
man.
my God.
Really a beautiful guy.
And we
Yeah.
got to play. We sat in. Remember,
Right.
we sat in.
I believe
yeah.
it. Yeah. I mean, he was always. Cool Papa was a very gracious guy.
And there was so many great. I mean, Eddie Ray. I loved Eddie
Right.
Ray.
I played in a band with him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, for Boogie Jake.
For
played,
Boogie Jake.
I
That's
played in a
right.
band with him for a year.
Wow.
Yeah, me and Reggie Scanlon was the bass player
You told
from,
me about that. I forgot. Yeah.
from Radiators.
You remember Ted Butler?
Yep.
Ted Butler, Beverly Stovall.
Right.
Omar Sharif, obviously.
Right. Omar Sharif. That was a sad story there.
Oh,
Really sad
He was a
story.
little nutty.
Yeah, but he ended up killing himself.
Oh shit!
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Yeah. He shot himself.
He shot himself.
Moved back to Texas and shot himself.
Oh my God! I mean, that
Yeah.
guy was a major
Yeah,
talent.
he was a major talent.
Did I ever tell? Well,
But he had a lot of problems.
a lot of problems.
Yeah,
a lot
he really
of problems.
did.
What
But
a
yeah, I
talent.
saw him the very first time I saw him. He was opening for James Cotton Band the first time I saw Cotton.
He hired me. In fact, like very shortly after I moved there.
Right.
He had Sunday afternoons at Eli's, and,
Right.
and he hired me. I played
Right.
with him for quite a while.
Yeah.
I remember one time he said, "Come," he said, "Let's go outside. Let's walk." So we go outside, behind the club.
Right.
And he was always wearing these overalls, right?
Right. I remember.
He goes like that, and he pulls out a big old fucking 45.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
And he goes, "You see that?" I go, "Well, yeah." He says, "That's why they call the old man the Magnificent."
Because he had a magnificent 45. No, he had a sad story. He had a brother, I think, that was murdered.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he move to Sacramento at one
He
point?
did, but I got to know him in Oakland.
Yeah, so did
Because
I.
I used to hire him. I'd hire him to do workshops sometimes. He did 2 blues workshops for me
I'm
in
so
1980.
sorry. That's so
Yeah,
sad.
it's a
My
very sad
God.
story.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, man, pretty much they're all gone, unfortunately.
Yeah. They're all gone.
Yeah,
They're
Lazy
all gone.
Lester's gone, and
Well, Lazy Lester's
yeah,
gone?
he died, man. He died in
When did he
2000.
die?
I think it was 19.
I didn't know that.
2019. Yeah, and right after he died, there was the Paradise Fire where he lived, and it
I remember the
burned up his house.
Oh,
And his wife is my travel agent, PK.
Oh, that's who PK
Yeah,
is?
PK is his. She's my travel agent for years, but I introduced her to Lester in like 2004.
Okay. Well,
And they became an item, and so she was the one that took all of his stuff once he died and got out of there before the whole place burnt down.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's awful. That's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about some other people, family, friends of my wife's that have lost everything in that fire.
Yeah.
Just
brutal.
Everything, the entire family. Just they lost everything.
Yeah, I know a guy that he ended up moving to, I think he lives outside of Reno now. And he told me about leaving there when that happened, and he said literally the flames were practically leaping into the windows of the car. Yeah, that's how hairy.
Well, that happened to us down
in Santa Barbara,
actually
Carpinteria.
Yeah,
really.
We got evacuated. Yeah, we got
Wow.
evacuated. The flames. We see the flames outside the window. It's like getting out of
So
here.
scary.
And we got evacuated twice. Once, but because of the flood.
Right.
And the other time because of the fire.
Jesus. Man. So how many records have you done now?
Under my name?
Under your own name?
Not that many, really.
Probably done at least 5 or 8, something like that, right?
More than 5.
Yeah.
Probably 8. I did a cassette album. You're on it. Remember that cassette album that I did?
Way long ago.
You know that I listened to that stuff.
It's good.
Long ago. It's good.
It's really good.
It's really good.
When we had our duo, yeah.
That's right.
Country blues duo.
So if you include that, I don't know, and I've done stuff with, I did an album with Gary Smith and
right. That's
Johnny
a really
Ace.
good record, man.
It's cool. So I mean, if you include all of those things, I don't know.
10?
Maybe 10, maybe even.
So have you and
11,
RJ
12.
Michaud ever recorded together or not really?
I played on his records.
His records, okay.
And he's played on my record, my last one. He plays on my last one.
Right.
I've got like 4 harp players on that record. Musselwhite's on one song.
Is he really? Cool.
That was really cool, the way the way that came about.
Yeah. Charlie's always been good about that stuff. Yeah.
He was so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that's another story, but the way it came about is kind of interesting.
Well, tell that.
You want me to tell you that? So that was recorded at, we did a session. I have a friend in Ventura. His name is Ralph Carter. He's a brilliant bass player, played with tons of people anyway. So he's got a home studio in his garage. So we cut some tracks during the pandemic, or maybe just before the pandemic. And cut some tracks. I, tried stuff. We ended up never using them. And there's this one track in particular that I came up with. It's, it sounds kind of weird. It's a different thing. It is a 12-bar blues, but it's kind of somewhere between a Bo Diddley beat and it's different. Mm-hmm. And so we cut that track, didn't do anything, put it on the shelf for like 3 years. Mm-hmm. And then for some reason, I listened to it one day and I was like, well, this is too good to not do something with it.
Right.
So I went back to Ralph and I said, because Ralph is a very good songwriter, and we started, toying with the idea of, writing a song, and he's obviously the songwriter. And we came up with this idea for a song. We were talking and, commiserating about shit,
Right.
And at some point I said, who needs this shit, or he said it.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, that could be a song, but we can't say who needs this shit. So we call it Who Needs This Mess.
Right, right.
and he wrote the song. I think I might have, maybe I contributed 1 or 2 lines.
And that became the title track.
So, and that became the title track. So I said, now write the song. And he wrote a song, and it's a really good song.
Right.
So we had the track. I did a vocal on it. And I thought, like, you know, I'm not doing the song justice. This song needs, like, a better singer. I just didn't think I was pulling it off. Mm-hmm. So I started thinking, you know, who could sing this? Who could sing this? And of course, one day I went like, obviously, I know who could kill this. Sugar Ray Rayford. Because I've been playing with him with the Manish Boys.
Oh, okay, that's right. I forgot you were in the Manish Boys too.
Yeah, I was in the Manish Boys. That went on for quite a while. So we send the track to Sugar Ray. 2 days later, he sends us the track back, and he's killing it.
Wow.
Fucking killer, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going like, wow. So now what do we do, you know? I said, like, you know, this could really use a really good guitar part. Like a good, funky, you know, rhythm guitar part with a hook.
Right.
You know, I mean, I like what I was doing on it. Mm-hmm. But I could hear a really kind of, you know, and I'm thinking, who could do this? Of course I know. Kurt Fletcher. Kurt Fletcher was living in Switzerland at the time.
Wow.
So I sent him the tracks.
Wow.
2 days later, send the track back. Fucking killer rhythm guitar part on
That's
it.
great.
I'm going like, oh, this is so good. And originally, RJ had played harp on the live track.
Right.
But he didn't like what he did. Because, you know, it was a little bit out of his comfort zone, you know.
Right.
And he didn't like what he did.
Right.
So I thought, you know, it would be really good to have a harp on that. But I know RJ doesn't like what he did. You know, who could be the perfect harp player for this? Who could play a traditional part, but kind of play it out of the box a little?
Right.
And during that time, while this is happening, I had been communicating with Charlie about some completely unrelated stuff.
Right.
That's when he was shooting the movie Killers of the Flower Moon.
Right.
So, of course, I was totally into that story, and we were writing, going back and forth about...
Right. Yeah, he turned me onto the book, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're communicating, we're going back and forth, not talking about music at all.
Right.
And one day I'm going like, well, obviously, Charlie would be the guy.
Right.
But I mean, you know, what are the chances that he's going to want to play on this?
Right.
None.
Right.
I'm going like, what the hell? I sent him the track. I didn't say anything. I just sent the track to him. And he writes back to me and he goes like, well, this is really cool. You know, who wrote this?
Yeah.
So I tell him, well, he's throwing me and my buddy Ralph, and I'm glad you like it. And then I said, you know, what do you think about the idea of playing on it? And he goes,
sounds great.
well, no, he didn't say that at first. He said, is there any money in it?
Right.
So I said, well, you know, everybody, you know, I mean, you know, what can I tell you? You know, there's no money in it. Obviously, if you played on it, I would, if it does anything, you know,
kick you some money.
Of course. But he said, oh, what the hell? Let's just do it.
Yeah.
And he did it.
So he was living in Mississippi at that point.
He did it remotely, and he sent me like 4 different tracks.
Wow.
He was trying all kinds of different shit on it. I mean, there's one he was playing 4th position, but it was like really out. It was really out.
Yeah.
And it was interesting, but I couldn't use it, you know.
I hear you.
So we ended up using the tape where he plays in 3rd.
Right.
You know, and it's so
that's
how the track came about.
Right. Wow.
You know, and it ended up.
So what label did this come out on?
Crosscut.
Oh, it came out on Crosscut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did the CD do? Did it do pretty well?
Nothing happened at all.
Really?
Well, I mean, no.
Bird played the hell out of it.
Well, maybe. No, actually, no. I take
did.
that back. No. I take that back. It did well in the sense. Okay, I have a very. Do you know who Doug Avery is? Does that ring a bell? I'm sure you've met him.
Oh yeah, the photographer.
The photographer, you know, sort of amateur harp player.
Yeah, I used to give him lessons.
There you go.
Yeah.
And he's the sweetest guy in the world.
Very nice guy.
You know, he's got
lost his whole house.
That's another one. Yeah. So he hooked me up, you know, as a gift, because Ralph and I kind of put a record together for him.
Right.
And as a gesture, you know, thank me, whatever, he hooked me up with a publicist when the record came out. this woman in Memphis.
Betsy Brown.
Betsy Brown.
Yeah, right.
So actually, the record got a lot of airplay when it came out, and it actually,
So he pretty much bankrolled
he
her.
did.
That's
Absolutely,
nice. That's
exactly.
nice.
He did.
That's really nice.
So the record actually got played, got a lot of airplay. It was #1 on the blues and roots.
That's great, man.
But then that was it. I mean,
Well,
nothing happened.
that's
after
how
that.
it is, though.
That's just how it is.
That's how it is. Everyone is going through that.
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
I didn't sell a lot of
I
them.
don't know anybody that has been able to kind of maintain a thing. It's like you put out a record, you get some airplay, and then you got to put out.
But I was really hoping that track would do something.
Right, like you get like
Charlie and Sugar
blues nomination or something.
And I submitted
It should've.
I submitted it.
Yeah,
to
should have
the
gotten a
BMAs.
blues. Yeah,
And I could,
Yeah.
I mean, with Sugar Ray on it,
Yeah.
Charlie,
I know.
Kirk Fletcher.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it was a great
Yeah.
song. It was a really
Right.
solid song that actually said something.
Yeah,
Have you heard it?
I have the album. I
Okay,
think.
all right.
Yeah, but the thing is now, as I recall, is that the album it's a fairly political album, as I recall, or am I thinking of another album?
There's one song that's kind of it's called. On my previous album, the one that I did with Kate Anderson,
Right.
I did sort of a anti-Trump song called
Yeah.
"Tyranny Is Rising."
That's the one I'm
Okay.
thinking of.
Tyranny
Okay,
is
so
Rising.
that's from a different
That's
album.
from the record
Okay.
that I did with Kate Anderson. On the last album, I also did a song that addresses that fucking mess.
And what's that one
It's
called?
called Last Night I Had a Dream.
Okay, and that's on the same album.
That's on that same album.
And that's I'm sick of this mess.
It's called Who Needs This
Who
Mess?
needs this mess?
Yeah,
right.
Who Needs
okay.
This Mess?
And that's Crosscut.
And that's
did,
on
Did it
Crosscut.
sell anything in Europe?
No. I mean,
no airplay over here.
You know Detlef, right?
Yeah.
Of course. He had health problems. And right around the time that record came out, he had some pretty severe health
so
problems.
that really,
So he really dropped the ball.
Yeah,
In
dropped
fact,
the
he
ball, yeah.
apologized to me. He gave me a
Right.
bunch of complimentary copies and stuff.
Right.
But I don't even know how many copies it sold. It can't
Yeah.
be that many. I
Yeah.
mean,
Were you able to get some distribution in the States behind it?
I'm so
Probably Bayside or something.
I'm so bad at that stuff. I don't even
City
know.
Hall.
Something,
City Hall.
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I mean, Crosscut. Yeah, Detlef has
Yeah.
some kind of a deal, something,
Right.
some kind of distribution.
yeah.
Because I know that it's ended up on Spotify and album,
Right.
all those platforms. But
Yeah.
I'm so bad at that stuff. I don't. It's not that I don't care.
Well,
it's
that's
just
what
that
managers are for. Yeah, that's what managers are for.
I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I just think I think you've been really trying some things that have been really interesting recording wise. Besides that one and the one prior, you had the one, and I don't know if it's the one prior where you had like these stories, and you're playing.
Yeah. So that's
You're playing
yeah.
behind them, but you're telling all these stories about Eli's.
Yes, that's right.
Those are great,
Oh,
man.
thank you.
And Mazzolini played the hell out of those. He
You know,
was
it's
playing them all the time on the radio.
I think I
Yeah.
know that he did, and
Yeah, and Bird too.
and Bird too. Well, Bird actually was the unofficial producer of that record.
Right.
Bird, and in fact, the whole thing came about when that same day when the last time you and I saw each other at San Jose.
Right.
It was on that same day that Bird and I talked about making that record. He said,
okay.
"Look, it's time for you to make another record."
Now,
We're gonna
what
have to
label
record."
was that on?
It was our own record. It was Bird's record.
It was Bird's
Slim
record.
Bird. Slim Bird Records. So that was Bird. That was
Yeah.
Bird behind that
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
And that was Bird's idea. He said, "Okay, I'm behind this. I'm paying for this. We're going to do it at Kids. I want some of those stories." Because I did a record it's like 20 years ago for Randy Chortkoff,
Right.
which actually,
Oh, I remember that.
it was
Yeah,
actually the
yeah.
first Delta Groove release.
Oh, okay.
It was the
All
first
right.
Delta Groove release.
Right.
It was my album. It was called Blue Jew. and on that record, I did one of those. I did, I had this track, this slow blues, instrumental slow blues.
Right.
and it wasn't really taking off. It was nice enough, but it wasn't
Yeah.
going anywhere.
Right.
And we wanted to use it, and we're like, what could I do to use that? It's not really doing anything. It just sits there. I thought maybe if I told a story, if I started talking on top of it.
Interesting.
So that's what I did.
Yeah.
Talking about Eli's and the Deluxe Inn and
Right.
the Three Sisters,
Right.
all those places.
Yeah.
So Bird knew about that record and that particular track, and he said, so we're doing this new record, and I want you to give me a whole disc of nothing but those.
Right. Right.
That was
That's
Bird's
a cool
idea.
idea.
It was Bird's idea.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Actually, my favorite musical tracks on the record are the tracks that we used as background for the stories.
They're really good. They're
And those
really
are
good.
all they're all kids.
I was going to say the other record that I remember the first time I heard, I was just floored, was you did one with Rusty Zinn on guitar, and it took forever for Charles Buttress to put it out.
I know. I had to
Mountain
beg
Top.
him. I had to beg him. And it finally,
and it was killer. It was like some of your best guitar playing.
And I agree. Yeah. And I begged
Rusty's
Charlie,
best guitar.
and Rusty sounds great on it.
You guys both just smoked on that.
And I remember it was during the pandemic, and and Charlie been out of the picture. He moved to Hawaii. I didn't even know where he was.
Right.
And
he's still out of the picture.
Oh yeah, of course. And I wanted that shit to come out. So somehow,
20 years or something.
Yeah, I got a hold of him somehow. I didn't think he was going to respond. I emailed him,
right,
and he did. And I said, "Look, what would it cost? How much would it cost? Let me buy that stuff back from you. I want to put it out." And he wrote back and he said, "You don't have to do that. I'm putting it out." And he did.
Yeah. And what was that called?
The name of that album. What did I call that album? The
Mountaintop Sessions,
something like that. The Paris Slim Mountaintop Sessions,
right?
Something like that,
right? And then the other records, you've been on a bunch of the Mountaintop Fillmore Slim records.
Yes, I'm on several. Yeah,
he's really in your corner. He's always really been.
Charlie.
No, Fillmore. Fillmore Slim is always.
Is he still around?
Yeah, he's still alive. He's 90.
He's
91, I think. Yeah.
No, what happened? Charlie wanted to reissue Fillmore Slim's album that Troy's produced.
Right.
You know that album that was recorded, Eli's?
Yep.
So Charlie wanted to put that out again on CD. Well, on CD.
Right.
So he put me in charge of production of the re-release. So what we ended up doing, we used a lot of tracks that had not appeared on the original LP. For some reason, with some really cool shit that Troy.
Now, did you play on that?
I not originally.
You didn't?
Not originally, but we ended up using some tracks that were in the can, but that hadn't been used by Troy's.
Right.
And we did some overdubs. I did some overdubs on one or two tracks, and we even brought in Jimmy Pugh to do some overdubs for the reissue album.
Now, did you have something to do with a lot of those coming out later,
Yes.
Eddie Ray's record?
No, I had nothing to do with that.
But whose records? J.J. Malone? Did you have anything?
Nothing to do with it. No, nothing.
So which ones did you have to do with besides Fillmore's?
You mean from that bunch? From
the Troy's Key stuff?
None.
Oh, okay.
None.
All right.
None.
Yeah.
Charlie used me on the next releases, the actual Mountaintop production albums, and I think there's 2 or 3. It's one called The Game, The Legend of Fillmore Slim, So I had I was on those.
And Fillmore Slim, I should say, is one of the most notorious West Coast pimps,
yeah,
and also a blues singer. And I interview him on my podcast. I did a nice interview with him.
Yeah, he's got one hell of a story.
But he's got a great story, and he wrote a book, and then
he's in a movie.
He's in a movie, American Pimp. Yeah.
And he's by far the most likable guy out of that whole
absolutely
cast.
Yeah,
by far the most. He's the only one that's basically likable.
Well, he never beat them.
He never touched them, right? That's what he says. Yeah, that's what he says.
But most of those guys didn't learn from him, did they?
Obviously. But so yeah.
Well, what is it like since you moved back?
Well,
I mean,
since I moved
Are you
back,
playing some or?
well, so since I moved back, no, I'm not playing. I'm playing some. I'm not playing very much.
Well, you still play in L.A. I should say that you do come back to California.
I come back to
And
California.
you play with RJ and
Yeah.
RJ Michaud and
I have been, yes, I have been coming back to California basically twice a year.
yeah.
And when I do come back, I do a couple of gigs, and I do a gig in Santa Barbara. Have you ever played the Red Piano in Santa
Yeah.
Barbara?
Well, I've never played there, but I know about it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I play the Red Piano.
Right.
I play, there's a place in Ventura called the Grape. I know you've
Right.
played there.
I just played the Grape. Yeah.
Then I go to LA, I play for Cadillac Zack,
Right.
and that's about it, really.
Yeah.
Other than that, but now that my family, that my wife and daughter are going to be meeting me over here,
Yeah.
I don't anticipate traveling back to California
Right.
as often. I
Yeah.
would hope that I'm gonna, cause
Once in a while,
Because
yeah.
the worst thing, the last thing in the world that I want
Yeah.
is to just just close the door on that time. On
Right.
that.
On West Coast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to keep
Yeah.
that
Sure.
part of my life. I don't
Yeah.
want to let it go.
Well,
of
I
that.
understand,
I
yeah.
want to. I don't.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends there. A lot of
Right.
very good friends.
Right.
I don't want to. I don't want to burn those bridges. I
Right.
don't want to. So, but time will tell how that works out, because I won't have a house anymore. I want to have
Right.
a place to stay.
That makes it tough. Yeah.
So it's a completely
Yeah.
different picture. But so, I mean, to answer your question, how's it been since I moved back? It's been complicated.
Yeah.
It's been complicated. One of the main reasons why I moved back was to be closer to my parents.
Right.
In the meantime, so since I've been back, my father died in last December.
Sorry.
He was, he's up there.
Yeah.
My mom is now, we had to move her into a nursing home.
Yeah.
So a lot of things, there's been a lot of,
And how old is she now?
92.
92. Well, how old did your dad get to?
My dad made it to almost 88.
88. Okay,
Yeah.
so she's a little older.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that.
Right.
Playing wise,
Now, do they still have their house, or is that
they still have their apartment, but we're going to be selling it.
you are selling it?
We're gonna
Are
be
you
selling
living there now?
Okay, so I'm not living in that apartment. See, my parents. Okay, there's a
I
building.
remember they bought you the apartment that I stayed in when I came over that time.
You did stay
Yeah.
there. Okay, so
I
that
was there for like 5 weeks. I was here.
that apartment was my grandparents' apartment.
Okay.
And that's where I'm living now in
Okay.
Paris.
So you are in that one.
My parents were in the same building,
Right.
next level up,
Right.
and we're selling that place. Mm-hmm. Eventually, we're going to sell both, but right now we're going to sell their apartment. Where was I going with this? When I first moved back, for some strange reason, very quickly, I got a call from a guy that I'm sure you know Roger Wade.
I know who he is.
Germany.
I know the name. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fantastic guy.
Right.
Very, very good harp player, actually.
Right.
So he's a Brit who lives in Germany.
Okay.
And somehow he heard through the grapevine, he knew about me,
Right.
that I was back living in Europe. So I got a message from him one day, and he invited me. He asked me if I was interested in coming to Germany to play, and I said, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I started doing gigs with him. Not very many. We played a couple of gigs, and we put a trio together with Christian Rannenberg.
Oh, I know Christian.
Who's
yeah.
great.
Yeah, he is great.
And we made a little album.
Oh, cool.
So for a while, I was going to Germany a lot. I mean, I was
Uh-huh.
actually going to Germany all the time.
Yeah.
But that didn't last. For some reason, that came to an end.
Yeah.
For about a year, I was going to Germany like a lot.
Yeah.
Several
times a month. Yeah.
Basically every month I was going,
Yeah.
or every other month I was going
Right.
to Germany. That came to a halt completely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. We were kind of, we thought that record would do something. I mean, it was pretty cool,
Yeah.
piano, guitar, and harp,
Yeah.
Anyway, that went
I
down.
think, I think a
just-
lot of it, this is just my opinion, but I think a lot of it is what we do and what we really love is such a,
Oh,
it's such a dying art
Completely, yeah.
compared to what else is being touted as blues now,
So, so there was that came to a complete halt.
Mm-hmm.
And so the next thing that happened, now this gentleman right there, Géraud Laurentin, we first met in Paris over 30 years ago
Wow.
in a club. We didn't stay in touch exactly. I knew that he was a guitar player, but he moved to Argentina, quit playing music because he's a woodworker, a very fine woodworker.
Mm-hmm.
Quit playing music for the longest time. And a few years ago, he came back to playing music. And we had a couple of exchanges over the years, Years ago, he was talking about trying to get me over to his neck of the woods to do a gig. That didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow, after I'd moved back, I forget how that came out. I got in touch with him immediately, and that's how it came out. He had a band. He put a band back together. A really good little trio, a great organ player, just really fine trio. And he invited me to come and do a gig as a guest with his band.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 2 years ago.
Maybe 3 now.
3.
And you live in Bordeaux?
Yes, nearby, 1 hour.
Right. Okay.
And the gig went so well. It was a little festival in the
Yeah.
south of France. And the gig went so well. We had such a great time, all of us. And we were like, let's do more of this.
Keep doing it. Yeah.
And thanks to Géraud, I've been playing a little bit more because, he's trying to book us. It's kind of in a way a match made in heaven because Géraud is a very good guitar player, but he doesn't feel like his place is out front. He feels more comfortable as,
Backing. Yeah.
which he does extremely well. So it's kind of a match made in heaven, He gets to play, he books gigs, he gets to play.
That's wonderful.
Apparently he likes
Yeah.
playing with me based
Yeah.
on what he told me.
Yeah.
And it's happening. It's a really good band.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad.
Yeah,
man.
it's a good band.
I can't wait to hear you tonight, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course,
Thank
man.
you. Well, I sound the same as I ever did.
And I want to say something just to the audience out here, and that is just that you, of all the musicians I've known, you really early on came into this just phenomenal. No, I'm not blowing
No,
smoke.
I know you're not.
I'm saying
I know you're
you
not.
came into this
Understood.
phenomenal mix of styles that was so different than everybody else out there.
Well, thank you.
I mean, your
Thank you.
influences are so, they're so wide in terms of blues, and you've really kind of made a point of it's sort of like you're the French Steve Geiger. That's how I consider you.
Steve Geiger's a harp player.
He's
though,
a
right?
harp player, but I'm saying he's the same as you in the sense of that both of you really find all these different players and hear things in these players that a lot of people wouldn't notice.
Mm.
And
Okay.
and he's like that with harmonica, and you're really like that with guitar. I mean, you have, guys like Lafayette Thomas and Pee Wee Creighton, who, I mean, he's more well known, but Robert Kelton, just all these really, guys that were just really strong West Coast players are not as known.
Lowell is,
Lowell is way up there.
It's just,
He's way
he's
up
my
there.
all-time.
Way up there.
If I had to name one guy that he's absolutely on top as a singer, as a writer, as
We'll
a guitar
do we'll
player.
do Black Nights tonight.
Let's do it. Yeah,
we'll do that. I
absolutely.
just recorded that actually.
Oh, you did?
With Anson
I
and,
do it
and
all
Junior
the time.
Watson.
Oh,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do Black Nights all the time.
Yeah.
I sing Black Nights.
So yeah,
Blue Shadows,
We'll do that. Yeah. And
Cool.
and I was going to say, I mean, the fact that you have really absorbed all these different styles and made them your own, and you just have this huge repertoire of blues guitar knowledge. And I mean, so much so that at one point Mazzolini was playing a song on the radio and I swore it was you, and I couldn't believe it. It was Ronnie Earl.
Oh, really?
And it didn't even sound like Ronnie Earl.
I don't sound nothing like
I
Ronnie
know,
Earl,
you
though.
guys don't sound anything alike. But the weirdest thing is he was playing all this stuff that I had never heard him play before.
Oh, okay.
And so that was what threw me, is it didn't sound like him. It sounded way more
sounded
like
more
you.
like me.
And it was great. It was
That's
incredible.
funny.
And I was like,
That's funny.
ooh. I said, that sounds like Frank.
Wow.
And he introduced it was Ronnie. So it was like,
I'm flattered.
yeah, I mean, you know, I thought it was pretty heavy.
I'm totally flattered.
Yeah.
You know, Anson, I so much look forward to hearing him. I've never met Anson, actually.
Really?
I know, it's weird.
Okay.
I've never actually, we've crossed paths.
Yeah.
You know, I ran into him one time, of all places, at the Slippery Noodle, you know.
Wow. Yeah.
I was playing there with RJ, and,
Right.
you know, we just happened to, you know, ran into each other. Another time at some festival, but I actually never met Anson.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to hearing him in person, you know. So that's going to be really interesting.
And you've played all over the country. I mean, you played with the Manish Boys. You toured with the Manish Boys.
You know,
you were the main guitar player in that band, right?
Well,
you and Ramos, pretty much.
At first, Kirk was the guitar player, but Kirk was playing with Charlie Musselwhite at the time, so he couldn't make most of the gigs.
Right.
So that's when Randy called Ramos.
Right.
So it was me and Ramos. But at the end, I mean, I'm the only guy in that band that lasted during the entire history of that band.
Really?
Yeah, because the original drummer was not Bott. It was June Core on the first
Oh,
record.
interesting.
Then it was Richard Innes.
And it was Innes, yeah.
Then the original bass player was this guy, Tom Levy. Then
I remember him.
Then Ronnie James.
Right.
Then Willie J. Campbell.
Right.
Then, you know, Leon Blue, the piano player, got fired. Then Finest sang. Then Bobby Jones. Then everybody came and went.
Right.
I'm the only
guy that hung in there. Yeah.
That was there until the very end.
Yeah.
Although Randy fired me twice and hired me back.
That's a blues story. There's Anson. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, the whole ending of that was something.
That was too bad. I mean,
what a story.
That was really too bad. I mean,
he was in the national news, man.
I know.
He was.
I mean,
there was pictures of him with Kim Wilson's face blacked out, and somebody else's face blacked out, and Randy in the middle. Yeah.
And it was very sad because so much effort and money was put into getting that band off the ground.
All the blues guys were really thankful that he was around.
And then he went. I mean, nobody. I mean, Andy Santana actually was interested in.
No, I know. I remember Andy was working at the record company.
He was working at the record company, and you know, when Randy knew that he wasn't going to be around very much longer, he told Andy to take over, but it was never put in writing.
Wow!
It was never put in writing, and that's why it didn't happen.
Wow! And now Andy's got Alzheimer's.
That's what I hear.
Yeah,
that's what I hear. Yeah.
So it's just God, all of our, all the people we know. It's we're lucky to be here.
We're really the blues survivors.
The blues survivors. Yeah, absolutely.
So indeed.
So you know, I mean, I'm hoping people check out. Is a lot of your stuff on Spotify?
You know, I don't even know.
You don't know?
I mean,
but definitely, there's stuff on YouTube. There's plenty.
Yes, there's stuff on YouTube. Yes.
Yeah. And people should definitely check you out. Especially, I think that Mountaintop Sessions.
That's pretty
album
good.
is.
I'm so glad that got to be released.
That was so great. I remember when I heard that, it just blew me out of the water, man.
And I'm really, you know, that harp instrumental that I did, Harp the Triumph.
Yeah, that's really good.
I mean, I'd like to, you know, take this opportunity to say that I actually think, and I'm not a harp player.
Right.
I mean, you taught me how to play harp, but
Well, you played on the Blowout record you're on.
I did, but I don't
Meltdown.
consider myself a harp player.
Right, but you played really good on that.
And the way that this track, Harp the Triumph, came about is that we were in the studio, you know, recording, and the band is in one room, I'm in the other room for some reason, you know, leakage, whatever. And I'm singing, and Charlie storms into the room at one point, puts an static in my hand. Well, it was not an static, actually. It was a green bullet.
Right.
Sticks a green bullet in my hand, a harp, and he goes, play something.
And the band started vamping.
So
behind
I'm looking at the harp,
Yeah.
it's B flat, and I'm
Right.
going like, I can't hear shit. I can't
Right,
hear anything
right,
in the
right,
headphones.
Right.
So, okay. And I start riffing, and
Yeah.
the band comes in, you know, it was like one of those moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I heard the playback, I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
And it came out
This
really
is
good.
what we just played.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like Jerry McCain or something.
It sounds like
Yeah.
something, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm going, this is what we just
Yeah.
played?
Who was playing on that? Was Rusty and who else?
Rusty, Johnny Ace, and Walter.
Oh, right.
and
That's
and they
right.
and you know, everything was perfect.
Yeah.
It's like one of
Yeah.
those moments.
Yeah.
Like where
Yeah.
everything was perfect. The harp tone is fucking you
Yeah.
know, phenomenal.
It came out really good, man.
And I'm going like, this is the best shit that I've ever recorded.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. That's
It's,
cool.
you know,
man.
it's really
Yeah.
weird
Yeah.
on harp. You know, yeah, I love that track, and it's so sloppy. It is just so rude, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's great, man. So anyway, Franck Goldwasser.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. It was,
Thank
you know,
you.
by the way, I want to say it's an honor and it means a lot
Well,
to
of
me.
course,
It
man.
means a lot to me. I mean, we
you
go
have
back.
a great story.
Yeah, we go back
yeah.
almost 45 years.
Yeah, 45 years.
45 fucking years we've
Yeah.
known each other. That's not
and
nothing.
we've played together a lot off and on over
Yeah,
the years
I mean,
too. 'Cause I
that's-
remember we used to do that acoustic duo thing.
Yeah,
That would be a cool thing to get on YouTube sometime.
I could put it on.
Yeah,
YouTube.
you should do that, man. Because that stuff, I remember listening to that and going, "This is pretty damn
Pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was listening to it. I don't know, a few months ago.
All right,
All right.
We're gonna have fun tonight.
Looking forward to
Yeah,
tonight.
we're in Bordeaux, France, folks.